Someone once said that music washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. Music has the power to take our soul to times and places beyond explanation. And tonight's guest is an old soul who conjures the dust of ancestors with a futuristic musical vigor. Often recognized for her Grammy-winning co-writing credits, Kendra Foster has been busy recording her sophomore album and recently released her latest single, Promise to Stay Here. I'm your host, Taiia Smart-Young, and I want you to stay right here because Kendra is ready to take us to the past, the present, and the Afro-future right here on B-Side.
Isolation, irritation, aggravation, manipulation, messed up situation. No, I'm not going to take it anymore. No, I'm not going to take it anymore. Slap me in the face, call me out as a disgrace. I expect to have a space in my life, even chase me. I'm not going to take it anymore. No, I'm not going to take it anymore. Blow me into a false sense of security, then take the rug right out from underneath me. No, I'm not going to take it anymore. No, I'm not going to take it anymore. Drowning me in your wicked duplicity. Finish the job with random hypocrisy. No, I'm not going to take it anymore. No, I'm not going to take it anymore. We've been down this road too many times before. I'm so ready to be on the other side of the door. Do you ever hear yourself? What kind of fool you take me for? Trip so much your backside should be so respect. Respect. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Respect. Respect. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Or honesty, education, trust, commitment, compassion, and enrichment. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Or honesty, education, trust, commitment, compassion, and enrichment. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Or we've been down this road too many times before. I'm so ready to be on the other side of the door. Do you ever hear yourself? What kind of fool you take me for? Trip so much your backside should be so respect. I don't respect. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Respect. Respect. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Thank you. right. Whoa, all right. We have to shed on the improv, but glad y'all liked it.
Kendra. I'm over here, doll. Before we get into this interview, we want to know who's the band jamming with you.
Okay, the awesome band is Paul Bloom.
Yes.
Got Paul Bloom on keys. John Tony, my brother from way back in FAMU days. John Tony on bass. And Tim Smith, the awesome Tim Smith on drums. That is the band.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, welcome to B-Side. And you mentioned FAMU, so we have to have our HBCU moment.
Yes, most definitely.
I went to Johnson C. Smith University. Oh. Shout out to the Golden Bulls. And we want to shout out to those Rattlers.
To the Rattlers.
We have them here, right? Hello, hello. We have Rattlers.
Rattlers.
There we go.
Strike.
There we go.
And strike again.
So I want to know, how does a person who is a math and chemistry major at FAMU now decide that they are going to be a jazz studies and commercial music major? How does that happen?
Oh my goodness, it happens when your good friend and mentor, Whitney Russell, says, well, if this is what you want to do, you don't want to have a backup plan because you'll be inclined to fall back. You know, if you want to dive forward, spend most of your time studying what it is you really want to spend your life doing. If you got to get the piece of paper, then submerge yourself in music all day long.
Okay, but then you also have a background in ballet. You studied ballet for 11 years, so how come the ballet thing didn't happen?
Oh my goodness. So yeah, in my last year of ballet, I was supposed to do an excerpt from Les Sophies, and was on point and all that stuff, and I had an injury. And so when I went into college, I saw Orches's contemporary dance theater perform, and they were amazing, and they're more diasporic dance and modern. So I dove straight into that world and kind of, you know, put the ballerina to the side.
Okay. So next you're going to tell me that you paint and you draw and you write poetry.
A little bit. I don't act. I'm working. I want to work on that one day.
You're just a Renaissance woman. But how did you get into jazz, though?
Oh my goodness, it's such a weird track into jazz. I mean, with the exception of my father being a jazz aficionado, and as he puts it, he used to bounce me around a Coltrane when I was a baby. I actually loved musicals when I was young, and in some weird way, musicals, the music of them transitioned me somewhere into jazz, because I still felt like there was that sound of a certain time and still a theatrical element to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to give us maybe a musical in the future. We're going to see you on Broadway.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Okay, okay, I like that.
I think I would love to do a musical. Me and one of my musical theater guys who has an awesome, couple awesome musicals out, Vincent Burwell, we want to do the musical of Parliament Funkadelic.
That would be hot.
Yeah.
I sound like some delics in the house over here, okay? Now, you were super busy in college. Like, when I was doing my research, I was like, how is she in 3 bands, like Fish and Grits? You had a band called Concept, and you were working. So you're hustling back and forth. How did you accomplish all these things, and what lessons did you learn?
Oh my goodness. Well, I had a need for my upbringing to be kind of stable. So I felt like the job had to be in place, and if no opportunity come, I should stay in school at least and work on the degree while I still had scholarships. But, you know, there was that, and then there was that really large desire to really ultimately do something in the arts or music. And I think that's what pushed me in between going to work and going to school to like drive 20 miles outside of Tallahassee, Florida, to go to Georgia studio, maybe at any time of night with no street lights, no radio in my car, my 85 Toyota Corolla with the boombox in the back. But I just think it was the rootedness, Root to Rise, my yoga teachers in the
right.
Best friend.
Shout out to the yoga teacher.
But I was rooted, and I was able to kind of just take the rooting to go with the adrenaline to like rise and try to push towards my dreams.
Okay, well that was a perfect segue into some more music. Set up the next 2 songs for us. Give us a little hint about what we're gonna hear.
Oh my goodness, so the next 2 songs, one of them is the new single that is out, Promise to Stay Here. And then the other song is called Understand It, but the working title was pun de fun, and my my manager wanted to stick with that title because he's half Jamaican.
Okay, but with Promise, what inspired that? It feels like there's a story behind that song.
Oh yes, most definitely. The music, of course, was sonically inspired by Shaka Khan, circa Rufus era. But I was in love, and I was in a long-distance love affair with somebody that was younger than me, and I thought that he was the one, though, as we often do along the way down our path. And so that was just about that love that you feel when you think somebody is the one, and it kind of beckons you to want to offer everything you have good of yourself, you know, for them to stay, you know, and you're asking them to promise to do the same thing.
All right. Well, thank you for the story. I think we're ready to hear Promise to Stay Here.
All right.
All the lovely things it brings that we ever dreamed of. I will give you so much you won't want to go. We have so much love, and I want it to grow. Promise to stay for forever. Baby, don't you know that we belong together? And why can't we live a little while longer? But baby, I can feel it. It's growing stronger, yeah. Oh, I promise that I will stay. Sometimes we get so caught up and we put our love on the shelf and passing up our true chance at love. All the lovely things it brings that we ever dreamed of. know that we belong together.
Close my eyes and try not to cry, 'cause if you must leave, I'll understand it. Close my eyes and try not to cry, 'cause if you must leave, I'll understand it. Would make it easier if I knew the place you were coming from. Then I could make a move to relieve all the pressure and confusion. What am I confused about? Lately I seem to doubt, 'cause I can't tell how you feel anymore. And an occasional rolling in the hay doesn't say I love you either. So I'll close my eyes and try not to cry, 'cause if you must leave, I'll understand it. Close my eyes and try not to cry, 'cause if you must leave, I'll understand it. If you say you're in love, then I would keep on waiting patiently until you are ready, even if it takes a couple years, even if it takes 100 years, even if it takes a million years. I close my eyes and I try not to cry, 'cause if you must leave, I'll understand it. Close my eyes and try not to cry, 'cause if you must leave, I'll understand. I'll try to understand that, understand that. I'll try to close my Close my eyes and try not to cry, 'cause if you must leave, I'll understand it. Close my eyes and try not to cry, 'cause if you must leave, I'll understand it.
All right. There we go. There we go. Tell us the name of the song again.
Understand it.
That was Understand It. Okay.
Understand
Well,
It.
thank you for that. Now, I'm not sure if everybody knows, but George Clinton has a studio in Tallahassee, and you were working there. You said driving late at night.
Yes,
it was
then
dark.
it was in Monticello, Florida, which you can already get an idea of how far off the woods that might be.
So you were there working, and you're like influenced by the greats. And how does this now influence your recording and your music?
Oh my God, in so many ways. George taught me so many things really about recording, because it's a whole nother kind of art. But just as far as exploring all the characters of my voice, you know, not just sticking to pretty and smooth all the time, but bringing in exploring all the sides of me. And I think, and in recording, just keeping me in the trenches of recording, always in the studio, and getting used to how that feels when the red button goes on, and the different mic experience, mic control it requires.
Were you at all intimidated?
Extremely.
On level 10 or what?
Yeah, level 100,000. Like when I first finally met George, I had been coming out to the studio for a little bit, but they tour so much, it's still to this day. So when I first met him, I mean, you can imagine this person is historical, so I was extremely intimidated, extremely.
Okay. But how did it get to the point, because obviously he heard somebody said, oh, you need to check out Kendra because she's good, and you got signed to a deal with him. So how did that happen?
Yes, well, I think, and you know, he tells me later that besides just musically and there was one particular song, and I don't even remember what it was called, that made him, I think, really decide to sign me. But he said also was what he saw, the dedication of coming out in between school, falling asleep in a chair, trying to do my theory homework while waiting on a chance for the mic, because he said that reminded him of them, P-Funk, during United Sound days, and everybody would fall asleep in the same room and wake up when it was their turn, and they would just be so in it like that. So I guess between him just hearing the music over time and just seeing kind of how I went about it and whatever it is that he saw enough to decide to sign me to a production deal, that's how it came about. And it took up to about a year for that all to come about.
Okay. And before this experience, did you consider yourself to be adelic?
Oh my gosh, I think that...
And explain to everybody what adelic is.
I have to say, you know, an adelic, I would almost have to ask George to really explain that, but I think a true delic is someone who is open to a lot, so you're not very closed-minded. I think you're a risk taker when you're a delic. You're fantastic and you're masterful. Delicious, you know, delic, whatever. But yeah, I actually didn't even know about the funk like that, you know, until like a few years before I met George. And one of my other mentors, Mike P. Patterson, taught me all about it, and I went down this rabbit hole. And I went from like a kind of a jazz, country, not jazz country music, but a country bouge little girl with jazz and R&B and a touch of hip hop to like learning, getting just kind of blown away by the funk. I would think I was already very artsy and open-minded and eclectic and a wildflower. So it was just waiting on me, like Alice in Wonderland.
Okay. You're such a student of music. Now, what about the other side? Are you into the business of it?
Woo! Yes, most definitely. As a matter of fact, my slogan is, you can mess with my heart, but don't mess with my intellectual property.
Okay.
So,
how about that?
So,
yes, give us a round of applause on that one.
So I've just, my mama taught, well, all my mamas taught me a long time ago, black and white, get it in black and white, and you have to be aware contractually what you're doing, and a lot of things are flashy and exciting, but you really want to make sure of any terms of any agreement in life, from relationships to binding agreements, whether your business is concerned. It was important to me because also this is not an obviously practical or stable business. So I felt like in order to turn it into a livelihood and survive on it, I really had to learn how to make it so, you know, how to make it really an honest revenue stream. And that involves really learning the business as much as you can. And I would advise it to any artist, because your art is worth it. Your art is worth the protection of its value, and it's worth you living off of it when you bring it to everybody else in the world.
All right. Well, can you set up the next song for us? And
sure
again,
can.
give us that story. Tell us what inspired.
Oh my goodness, so I think at this point, since I almost forgot my set list, Sweeter.
I was going to say, because what happened to Pon the Phone?
That's Pon the Phone. We just performed.
Okay,
Understand it and Pon the Phone are one and the same.
Okay,
they have
got
two
you.
personalities.
It's Slash. Got you.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and so the next song is called Sweeter, and it is about that point where you realize maybe you've made a lot of mistakes, or that point where life has built up too far off of a lot of many decisions, or sometimes bad, but wherever you are, you're basically kind of broken down. But it's that you look at those mistakes and you try to love yourself enough to accept them and to learn and to make sure that you move forward. And the only way you can do that is by having that accountable, kind of painful moment, but you just got to know that it's sweet on the other side. As long as you do the work, you know, you will have the victory.
That's right. Learn your lesson. All right, let's hear it.
Okay.
It's my sweet on the other side. It's my sweet on the other side. It's my sweet on the other side of this ride. All day trying to right the wrongs in my life. I'm gonna keep my focus in myself from demise. I want a peace that's understanding, see with new eyes. Lying here on the floor looking at this ceiling, thinking over all I've done to get this feeling. Messed up so much, it's time for dealing. Now I'm praying, seeking, hoping for answers, feeling. I know I made my fair share of mistakes, and every rule in the book I've been breaking, making sure I own up to my faults. Crying so many tears I can taste the salt of this ride. All day trying to right the wrongs in my life. I'm gonna keep my focus in myself from demise. I want a peace past understanding, see with new eyes. I'm gonna wake up every day with a purpose, so I'll never stray off of the path of the righteous. And I'm gonna cherish truth and clarity at all times. Listen to the little voice in my spirit, and I remind myself that I'm worthy of love. Negative self-image ain't helping none. Gotta be real good to myself, so I know how to love everybody else. Of this ride, all day trying to right the wrongs in my life. I'm gonna keep my focus in myself from demise. I want a peace past understanding, see with new eyes. And when the tunnels of darkness squeeze out the light, I won't have to be discouraged, because I'm one with the one. And when it comes to comparison of the Creator's assistance, there is no one. All I have to do is get down on my knees and lift my head up to the sky and pray. Bow my head What's going on the other side? You all day trying to right the wrongs in my life. I want a peaceful understanding. Want a peaceful understanding. Must wait on the other side. Let's ride. All day trying to right the wrongs in my life. I wanna keep my focus in myself from demise. I wanna please my understanding. See with new eyes.
Did y'all enjoy that?
Thank you.
All right. So we talked about George Clinton, and now we have to talk about D'Angelo.
The incomparable.
Yes, because you co-wrote 8 of the 12 songs on Black Messiah, which is incredible. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And got some Grammys to show off, right? To all your friends and family. But now, when you write, you like, now I'm like, oh, I have these Grammys. I can just get these songs out.
Now I want some more.
When you sit down to write now, do you try to put that out of your head, because that's like the industry accomplishment that most musicians and singers want?
Yeah, I don't tend to focus. I guess I never really did, on it, because I think that it's a beautiful accolade. It's a very serious accolade, but it never determines the value of a person's art. But because it is the most prestigious accolade in my industry, and it is chosen by your peers of expertise, and it's a beautiful thing. But I will say this, the one thing it does for me now is it lets me know somebody will listen to what I'm writing, because there's so many times I've written and you don't know if it's going to take, or if this person's going to like this, or if they're even going to listen to it in the first place.
Yes, I've heard you throwing a lot of songs in the trash. Is that true?
A lot of
songs in the trash because you weren't sure if they were good.
Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have, and I still do, or they just sit in a vault in my computer. But, it's that knowing now, maybe, because people regard that award so highly, maybe they'll be, a little more inclined to listen to the writing.
I think they will, definitely. So now, George Clinton, D'Angelo, how do you preserve, you have such strong influences there. How do you preserve your sound, though?
Wow, I used to wonder about how was I going to know my sound as I was growing up, and I think what happens is, especially when you have a lot of influences, which is kind of lucky when you have multiple, it's hard for someone to directly trace your one thing. And even if you only had one influence and someone could see that clearly and see that inspired you, I think everybody's voice magically breaks through. Your own voice comes through no matter what. And I think, that's a beautiful truth, because you can't help but be influenced. I think it'd be pretty hard not to be influenced, so yeah, you break through.
On your self-titled album, Kendra Foster, do you have any features or people who you're collaborating with on the album?
No features like in the feature sense. It's really me and the producer, Kelvin Wooten, one of my very best friends, my liver and my kidneys sonically. And I guess there's a feature in the form of a producer, because the one song that wasn't produced by Kelvin Wooten was produced by Jermaine Holmes, my fellow Vanguard vocal member. You've seen him up on stage a billion times with D'Angelo, so yeah. Okay.
And tell everybody when the album is coming out so we can all get it.
Well, they say that it's coming on Friday.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's like tomorrow.
Right.
I'm gonna wait on it.
Wait, you say that like you don't believe.
Well, you know, it is my independent project, and we're going through some tech diffs, but it will be available very, very soon.
Okay. I wanted to ask you, because before you were doing an album called The Arrival.
Okay, so that's what we kind of decided we thought we were going to call it when I was running a Kickstarter
Right,
for
I was going to ask you
a
about
couple
that.
years ago.
Okay.
So a lot of these things have been in the womb for a while, so we ran a Kickstarter. We're like, what are we going to call it? I still haven't come up with a name. I wanted to call it Cathartic Isms, but I got a lot of side eyes from everybody. I think the audience is like, yeah, that was a good idea not to do that one. But so we skipped all the possible titles, and I was just like, look, I'm just gonna self-title it. I can't come up with something that would be as profound as, not saying my name is so profound, but that just would be the title. So we just called it Kendra Foster.
Okay. And did some of the songs, because I know you had a bunch of music, something like 50 songs originally, did any of those songs end up being what's now on the Kendra Foster?
Yes,
project?
a lot, because Wooten and I created 22 together.
Okay.
So, yeah, you know, like 10 of those made it.
Okay. You've done a lot in the past, I want to say 5 years, and even before that. What do you think is one of the biggest lessons that you've learned about yourself and about your music? So, two-part question now.
Well, I'll say it also turns into a one-part question, because it's the same for both. To thine own self be true.
Okay.
I was learning, you know, I gotta be myself. There's so many different things out there, and there's so many ways to be, and there's a woman that I want to be and that I want the world to see, and I think that, you know, I've just learned I've gotta be okay with who I am and really what I love and how I feel at any given point in time, and that's a tough thing to do in this world.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, keeping in line with our womanhood theme that you started, tell us about being the only woman on the tour with D'Angelo.
Oh man, you know, it was awesome. I mean, I have to be honest. You know, I mean,
'Cause you're
like,
the queen.
I enjoy, you know, being. It's kind of cool because I've always, in my real life, have been the big sister. So I got to be kind of the little big sister to some. You know, like just. And I think, you know, a lot of women or a lot of folk would be like, wow, you're like the only girl. How does, and I'm just, those guys are awesome, man. They're my brothers. They're my soldiers. They're my kings, my knights, my princes. And I loved it. I love being the baby girl.
Were they super protective of you?
Yes, very, very, extremely. We're all protective of each
That
other.
sounds like a story.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just imagining all the time, like, wait, sis, you know, hold on, we can't let you go out there just yet or whatever. But it's just like a band of brothers, and I'm the only girl.
Okay. Well, let's get ready for the next song. Yes. And are we close to the second to the last song?
We are close.
Okay,
We
so
have
what's the song we have?
3 more. We have 3 more.
Okay, well, we want to hear 3 more. Does everyone want to hear 3 more?
That's
All right.
All right. Before they would ask me about the song, this song, I knew that I had done something when I came home and my roommate was making love all night with this song on repeat. Man, okay.
All day thinking about you, baby. Got a taste in my mouth for you lately. There's so many miles between us. Wish I had wings to fly. If it ain't every day that I can see you, it's for the birds. That absence makes the heart grow fonder. Bit is so absurd. but reluctantly I know that that's what it is right now. Pick up the phone, wanna call you, tell you to come over, but I can't, baby. Distance makes us wonder, but it's so hard to wait longer. Wanna have you in my arms right now. Pick up the phone, wanna call you, tell you to come over, but I can't, baby. Distance makes us wonder, but it's so hard to wait longer. Wanna have you in my arms right now. Much as I love to make love to you, feel the ecstasy you bring me through, miss the special things that we could do. If I could see you every day, like cuddling, laughing, kissing, watching movies all night long, to see your face after a hard day and when things go wrong, take your coat and ask you if there is anything I can do for you. Pick up the phone, wanna call you, tell you to come over, but I can't, baby. Distance makes us wonder, but it's so hard to wait longer. Wanna have you in my arms right now. Pick up the phone, wanna call you, tell you to come over, but I can't, baby. Distance makes us wonder, but it's so hard to wait longer. Wanna have you in my arms right now. I just want to hold you close, but you're so far away, dear. I just want to hold you close, but you're so far away, dear. I just want to hold you close, but you're so far away, dear. Oh, baby, if I was there, yeah, then I would cook for you, baby. No, and maybe if I was there, yeah, then I could sing a little song for you, baby. Oh, and if I was there, I think I'd call John Tony in the room to play a solo. just want to hold you close, but you're so far away, dear. I just want to hold you close, but you're so far away, dear.
All right. We loved it.
Yay.
Kendra, take us right into the next one. What else do you have for us?
Okay, we have, what is next?
This,
A warning
Kendra,
for the
is this
heart.
the second to last one?
Second to last.
Okay, this is the second to last one. Let's hear it.
I just wanted to say really fast that I want to dedicate this show to a couple young Black Messiah that we lost recently. Mr. Brooke Stevenson, hey Brooke, and to also Kofi Kaza, a very young man that we lost back in my community back home, and then two more, and they're Black Messiah as well, but one of them is a woman, because women can be Black Messiah too, and that is Belita Woods, and then our precious, recently transitioned Prince.
All right.
All right.
And I don't wanna do the in love thing anymore. There's too much pain in store. What's the point of falling in love? If one day you don't have it anymore, no time should have told me before. Turn before you walk through the door. Da 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 da. One thing becoming very clear. Next time, it is best to steer in a different direction. Bump affection, it's a useless confession that only misleads. Words are not deep. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh, and I don't wanna do the in love thing anymore. There's too much pain in store. What's the point of falling in love? If one day you don't have it anymore, enough time should have told me before. Turn before you walk through the door. Turn before you walk through the door. Turn before you walk through the door.
you.
All right, let's give her one more round of applause. Let's spread love the Brooklyn way, y'all. Okay.
Yay to the audience.
I see you have some fans out there.
Oh, it's Bella La
We've journeyed from the past to the future, and now we've been propelled into the present because we are out of time. Thank you, Kendra, for ushering this musical probe. Be sure to pick up Kendra's new album when it's released, wherever you buy or stream music, and keep up with Kendra on Instagram and Twitter at Ms., that's M-Z, Kendra Foster. I'm Taiia Smart-Young, and I hope you had a good time with us. Be sure to check in or stop by BRIC House Studio every Thursday to hear more music, the best music actually that Brooklyn has to offer. And you can check out this and past episodes anytime at youtube.com/BRIC TV. All right, Kendra, take us away one more time. We'll be back after this.
Time does not stand still. Instead, it only races by, just like a thrill. And if I already know where I am going, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I've been around and around a few times, but I knew that I was growing. I had to free and open my mind and let the lesson show me there's no coincidence. I'll take my chances and I'm on my way. 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 I've been around and around a few times, but I knew that I was growing. I had to free and open my mind and let the lesson show me I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. So I'm on my way. 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 Oh, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Been around a few times, but I knew that I was growing. I had to free and open my mind and let the lesson show me I'm on my way.
Yes, Miss Kendra Foster. That was great.